Now, Biden was asked whether Trump voters were anti-democratic. Have a look at his answer.
Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
The more they know about what he's done, yes. The more they know about what he's done.
So he's actually saying that if you go and cast your Democratic vote in a Democratic election, you're voting against democracy because you voted for the other guy and not for me.
Caleb, this is the thing that we're seeing in the United States, but frankly, we're also seeing it in other countries around the world. You know, this tendency to say that we have to preserve democracy, although usually the phrase that they talk about and use is our democracy, which kind of draws a border around it. It says anybody who votes for the wrong candidate is against democracy. And this is this great rhetorical trick. And it was almost, you know, if Biden hadn't had such a shocker throughout the rest of the debate, that very well could have been his deplorables moment. You know, that could have been the moment where Trump says, hey, look, you know, apparently if you exercise your vote and don't vote the right way, you're against democracy. Well, why don't you show them what democracy is really about? You know, that would have been a great walk-up start for Trump to take that as a takeaway out of that debate. But there were so many other complete catastrophes, you know, in that debate that there's just no way that even kind of burbled through. So I'm glad you highlighted it.
Yeah, when I heard it, I just thought that how can you suggest that voting in a democratic election for someone who is not you is anti-democratic? It's the very basis of democracy. Before we go, James, what do you think the likelihood is now that the Democratic candidate we see running against Trump in November is not Joe Biden?
Look, I have been saying that on this program for well over a year now. So for me, it's you know, approaching almost a near certainty. I would say we're certainly at least 2/3 of the way to that possibility. And the thing I would say, Caleb, is the way, if you go and look at the way CNN, the New York Times, everybody who talks to senior Democrats and big-time, big-money donors is talking right now, it feels like there is almost a coordinated full court press on. You know, normally you would say after a Democrat debate that didn't go Biden's way, they would still say, oh yeah, look, you know, let's fact check Trump and he's the real bad guy here. No, all of the commentary out of the left is this is an unmitigated disaster and we have to do something to stop the bleeding. My money, they're not going to go with a Gavin Newsom. I'm reckoning either a Gretchen Whitmer or an Amy Klobuchar, somebody like that. Leaves still, of course, the Kamala Harris problem, but you know, I guess that's an issue for tomorrow, not today.
Yeah, indeed. Look, a conspiracy theorist might suggest that the whole point of the debate was for Biden to shoot him in the foot, so they had an excuse to get rid of him. James Morrow, thank you for your time.